We are joined by the legendary John O'Hare. John, how are you doing, man?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
Excellent.
Considering the circumstances, but fine, yeah.
Good.
All family are fine, so yeah.
That's all you can ask for, isn't
Yeah,
it?
exactly, yeah. And obviously looking forward to getting over with, getting at the end of it, yeah.
Well, it's coming, isn't it? But before we go on to what's coming up, let's talk about the past for a bit. 1979, 1980, Nottingham Forest European Cup back-to-back wins. What are your memories of that incredible era in football?
My memories are it was incredible. The achievement was absolutely incredible. They come from where they did come, getting promotion to the second division, going what is now the Premier League First Division, and winning that in the first season, getting into Europe, amazing achievement, and then sort of conquering Europe was just very special. Particularly when the very first game was against Liverpool.
Yes.
And we thought, well, could this be there? Like, we're not going to be there very long, but we had a bit of a sort of monkey sign on Liverpool at that time, you know. So just absolutely amazing, great times, great team, really. You know, didn't change very much. I was a little bit part of it, really. I didn't play regularly, but just being part of it was just the end of my career. Was fantastic for me.
I found out a wonderful bit of trivia that Nottingham Forest have the record for the amount of trophies per games played in Europe. They have one trophy for every 10 games played in Europe, and no other club is even close to that record.
Yeah, that's it.
Fantastic.
Digging out that is.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it?
That one out, yeah.
So what was it like then, working under the legendary Brian Clough? Because everybody has a story about the maverick that was Cloughie.
Maverick, but a genius maverick when it comes to football. I mean, I knew him as a player at Sunderland. I was a young player at Sunderland when he was a player. So I go back a long, long way with him. And as a player, he was very much like he was as a manager. He had an arrogance. He used to breeze into the dressing room. You wouldn't say he was the most popular guy in you know, he was a bit loud, outspoken then, even as a player. Then when he went into managing, started at Hartlepool, and he went to Derby County. He came and bought me at Sunderland. I wasn't too sure about it, going to Derby County from Sunderland, big club, First Division, Derby in the Second Division. But soon got promoted at Derby, then moved. I actually went to Leeds with him as well.
Wow.
But probably the one part of his career that he would sort of like to gloss over, although personally it was fine for me. So I was driving up from Derby with Duncan McKenzie most days. So
that must have been fun.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Remember getting done in the Alfred on the M1, doing 82 mile an hour or something. The police car come out beside me. I just didn't see it for the smoke in the car.
Wow.
Duncan started smoking about, I don't know what time in the morning, and by the time we got to Leeds, he'd probably gone through 6 or 7 fags.
He never mentioned that when we interviewed him.
I think he doesn't now. You know, he's given it up now. He's seen the light. But going back to Nottingham Forest, like coming home really. I lived between Derby and Nottingham, so it was just sort of a sensible move, really. But never ever expecting the things to happen that did happen at Nottingham Forest. I just went there to sort of probably play the last few years of my career out, really. And it was just an incredible story.
There's another thing I wanted to touch on. Playing for the Dallas Tornadoes, like going over to America and playing football. I know Trevor Francis went over to America as well. How did that come about, and what were the differences between playing football in America as opposed to over here in the UK?
Well, it came about because Alan Hinton, who had played with at Derby, was going over to Dallas. So he got contacted me, would I fancy it? I said, yeah, look, I think I'd quite like that, you know. So I went to see Cloughie. I said, could I go? And it was a summertime thing. So just at the end of the season at Forest, I went over to Dallas. It was fantastic, a bit hot for football. You know, trained at 8:30 in the morning, like 80 degrees. Football obviously wasn't at the highest level, but you know, there was quite a few English lads there, Bobby Hope, Jimmy Ryan, Kevin Key, a couple of young Liverpool players. So it was quite good, and really, but the travelling was quite hectic, an away game in Hawaii sort of thing, you know. And you got used to flying, that was one thing about it. But the American public didn't really know that much about soccer at the time. And then the biggest cheers of the night went when someone headed the ball, or when the goalkeeper used to kick it 60, 70 yards. They didn't really know anything about soccer, football, you know.
I suppose it's not really their national sport, is it? I mean, even today, it's not big, is it?
No, you got baseball, basketball, American football. So soccer was like very, very much minority, yeah.
But was it different for you? Was there a different style of football, or did you kind of bring in?
Well, it would probably be slower because of the temperatures mostly. Really, you know, I mean, it was during the summertime. A lot of it was on artificial surfaces before they really would have that much about them here. But all in all, like, there was some good players. I mean, I admit, first time I went over it, my first game was against New York in New York. We actually drew at full time. They played then what they call a shootout, 35-yard line. You got 5 seconds to score a goal, and that was quite exciting, really, you know. And I can remember the very first game I played for them. The keeper brought me down as I tried to go around him, so we get a proper penalty kick then. And I've got to take the penalty. So I scored the penalty and we actually won the game. So that was my start in Dallas. Great. So it was, you know, Pele and Shinaglia.
And add O'Hare to that list.
Yeah. The Cosmos were, you know, the all-star team, really. Yeah,
amazing.
It was great. Like family, you know, the family came over. It was great for them. My son would be about 13 at the time. Took up baseball, went to Mexico, and really great time. Yeah,
that sounds perfect. So coming back to Nottingham, England, it's 41 years since the 1980. European Cup, 42 since 79. We're holding a reunion on the 11th of December back in Nottingham where we could have up to 22 of you guys all reunited in one room. If someone's sitting there thinking, I wouldn't mind a ticket to that, what can they expect from the reunion of the Miracle Men?
Well, a lot of fun if Larry and Kerry are there. You know, Viv's got, you know, Viv and Woody are a bit of a double act as well. Of course, Robbo. Just a really good night. Just great to see everyone.
I love how you of course, Robbo.
You know, we're all getting a bit older, and but I'm probably 8 or 9, 10 years older than some of the guys, you know. But just a really good night.
You can sit at the back with Brian Clough.
Yeah, some good stories and a really good night. Yeah.
Fantastic, John Hare. Thank you so much, my friend.
Pleasure. Thank you.